What I'd like to share with you now is something that I do not share with many people. In fact, what I'm about to say may surprise, even shock some of you. What I'd like to reveal about myself is that I love conflict. How many people love conflict? Come on, most of you get paid for it. You should love it a bit. No, the more the better. In addition to that, I've actually been going to an ashram in India for about 20 years and meditating and practicing mindfulness. So how conflict intelligence came about is that we started to see the synergies in the fields of conflict resolution, mediation, conflict coaching, psychology, difficult conversations, NLP, emotional intelligence, and mindfulness. And from that grew the essence of conflict intelligence. Now, generally, I start with a definition of conflict, but I thought we're at the National Mediation Conference. If you guys don't know what conflict is, I don't know what you're doing here. So we're going to skip that. What do you think the number one problem is or trap in conflict situations? What do you see your clients do the most in terms of a conflict trap? Emotions, yes. What do they also do? Blame. Excellent. I've got a little diagram here. So that's one of the conflict traps. I'm going to go into the second trap, but first I'm going to show you a couple of pictures. It's a little bit slow on that one, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We all go at our own pace, okay? So I want you, just in your own head, to say what you see. So don't say it out loud. Who sees a lion? Which lion do you see? Who sees a tiger? Who sees a lion and a tiger? Well, aren't you special? Can you see the little one there? And then there's a big one here. Yeah? What's that demonstrate? Does it? Which one's right? Oh, are they? Are they? Who's seen this one before? All right, what do you see, young lady or old lady? Both? Who can see both? Oh, well done. Do you know what's really interesting about this picture? Because it's in all the psych books. Most people have seen it. One of my colleagues took this picture up to a group of Indigenous kids in the far north of Queensland. And do you know what? They didn't see a young lady or a young lady or an old lady. Do you know what they saw? They saw 3 animals. Who can see any animals in this picture? What can you see?
The top of it looks like the top of a cane toad or a frog, I think.
Okay, maybe 4 animals. It's all right, we see things differently. What do you think the third trap of the conflict dynamics are? And it's probably something that you have done today. In fact, let me ask you, how many judgments have you made of other people since you walked into this room today? Should we go around and say what they were? Because that would be a little bit of fun. I didn't ask you to say them out loud. Keep them to yourself. Thank you. We had a lot of talking about this shirt, don't you worry. So let's start off with conflict insight. Conflict insight, I guess my question for you guys is, how aware are you? When you're in conflict, not dealing with others' conflict, but your own conflict, of common reactions that you have, of physical body sensations, of triggers, repeater patterns, or stories you have? And how much does your family upbringing, cultural background influence how you deal with conflict today? People seen these before? The 4 conflict characters. We've got the turtle who hides away, the teddy that wants to be liked, the shark that just wants to get their own way, and the owl who's assertive. You haven't got the fox up there. Yeah, I don't like the fox. Whatever. I know, I just don't like the fox. Anyway, whatever. My question is, how do you change which character do you act like when you're approaching conflict? I assume that most of you will act like the owl in a mediation. Would that be a correct assumption? But how do you deal, which character do you act like if you have a conflict with a staff member, your manager, your partner, your children, Telstra? Usually goes the shark. On a scale of 1 to 10, if someone had an issue with you, how easy are you to approach? And then it'd actually be interesting to ask those people. If anyone's done a 360-degree review, you find out stuff that perhaps you weren't aware of. Who is that? Louis Theroux. What is the quality that he brings that so many, I guess, unusual communities and people will share very intimate and personal things with him? What is the quality? Curiosity. How do we assist the other person to shift from first to second? How do we do that? What does the other person need before they're willing to listen to you? What do they need to feel? I'm liking it. Heard, acknowledged and valued, understood. Heard and understood. Until they feel that, they're usually not willing to listen. So our focus should be on listening with curiosity with the aim to understand the other. But how do we listen when we feel like defending, disagreeing, or that it's unfair and unjust? How do you listen when you're feeling like that? Nothing? Got nothing for me? Do you know what we do? We take on the mediator mindset. Do you know what? I was asked to run a training for the New South Wales Small Business Commissioner, and the director said to me, I want you to train all our staff in how to think like a mediator. They had conciliators, investigators, and advocates. So how do you think a mediator mindset might differ from an investigator, an adversarial lawyer, not like you guys, or an advocate? Now, before we go on, I just want to ask if anyone in the room has done any martial arts, because I have a problem I need to sort out. Just kidding. Although I do hear that Mick Gatto does a different form of mediation in the building industry. May involve some sort of martial arts. Has anyone heard of Aikido or Aikido? People heard of that? Oh, wow. You guys are well educated. What is different about Aikido compared to the other type of martial arts?
We're using the other person's flow and their energy.
Lovely. So what don't you do?
Invest your own.
Don't touch them. Oh, no, you touch them. Don't worry about that.
You don't invest your own energy.
Right, so you go with. Yeah, you don't force, block, fight. Don't attack. Lovely. And I think that's part of the mediator mindset as well. So I'd like to finish off by saying enjoy your conflict, and if you don't, come and see me at Fighting Fair. Thank you very much.